around one time, nice and easy, Mr. Judd.
Well, not too easy. I want to clock her at 111 for the 6 furlongs.
We'll do 6, 1, 10, and 2. Guaranteed.
Look out, Judd. Your horse nearly stepped on your foot. Didn't look that close to me.
Don't you know that every single part of the human body is breakable? You could get yourself busted, and it could happen, anybody knows.
Lower your voice, Bauer. You're spooking my horse.
Oh, listen, don't kid with me now. Or not with one of my men coming out on a murder charge. I want him defended. By you. Look, I've been calling for 3 days, long distance, to your office in Houston. Now, you got the nerve enough to show up here and still tell me no?
I came here to race my horse, not to defend your man, Keel. Okay, Julio. Take her out to the track and work her from the quarter pole.
I offered you $100,000. The day N.Y.P.D gets off, I throw in another $100,000. What's so wrong with taking the case?
Look, Bauer, I might defend a gangster, even one of yours. And I might defend a policeman who needed money and went on the take like Keel. But a grafting cop who comes out of prison and goes straight to work for you? The combination is too much for my stomach.
Judd?
What can I do for you, Captain?
Paul Wyatt. We know what Bauer said to you. Would you tell me what you said to him?
I said I wasn't interested.
Yeah. Would it make any difference if I asked you to take the case?
You want me to defend Norm Keel? Why?
He used to be a detective on my squad.
You still have feelings about it, is that it?
I've got a feeling I'd like to walk him into the gas chamber. But Keel is claiming a frame. He says we did it to him. I wouldn't want any man to go that way, not by a police frame. I figure with you on the case, if he still goes, I could be very sure. You interested now, Mr. Judd?
I must be. My horse is running. I didn't start my watch.
Judd, for the defense.
Me? I'm late with my alimony. I gotta go on the heart to get my kid brother-in-law to defend me.
Bowman Keel, I'm Clinton Judd. I'll be on your case. If you have one.
You got a cigarette?
Oh.
Eddie Bauer get you cut rate?
What makes you think so?
He must be paying you enough to take the case, but not enough to like it.
I can see why Bauer is so anxious to get you off. Talk too much. See, you've been with him for, what is it, 2 years now? You must know quite a lot about his operations. Labor racketeering, extortion, gambling, mayhem, murder. What else could you talk about, Keel?
I never bite the hand that feeds me.
Too bad you hadn't adopted that principle when you were a police officer and the public was feeding you.
Feeding me what? The garbage you eat on third-grade pay after deductions?
Oh, let's talk about what happened on the early morning of September 10th, shall we?
I received a phone call telling me to go immediately to the warehouse on the waterfront adjacent to Pier 9.
Bauer's warehouse? What does he keep there?
Jukeboxes?
Who made that call to you?
The man said he was Frank Carter. And I was just waking up from a sound sleep when he said it, so I didn't doubt it.
Frank Carter being another employee of Ed Bauer?
Right.
Was Carter waiting for you when you got to the warehouse?
He was waiting on the pier. He was dead when I got there.
What did you do then?
I know a frame when I see one, so I got out of there fast. But not fast enough. 2 squad cars came hauling up to grab me before I got a block away.
Signed here, officer.
All right.
Not 1 squad car, but 2. And Captain Paul Wyatt was with them.
Are you saying that you were framed by the police?
I'm saying I was framed. How do I know by who?
It might interest you to know that I took this case because Captain Wyatt wanted to make sure there was no police frame.
Oh, come on. That's for his father's sake. His father was a hero cop, retired after 103 years on blemished service. Wyatt's afraid if there's 1 blemish on his tail, his old man will kick it black and blue.
Keel, is there anything that makes you a setup for a frame?
I had my differences with Frank Carter. He didn't like the way I was moving up in the organization, and everybody knew it. And even that pushover that Carter went with, what's her name, Luana. She was always coming on to me. He bugged me too much once, and I hit him.
Is there anybody besides yourself who could be considered Carter's enemy?
If you want to figure out who beside me didn't like Frank Carter, you can almost start by picking up a phone book.
That should be quite a list, all right. In addition to his duties as bagman, legman, and fingerman for the Bauer organization, Frank Carter was apparently a small-time blackmailer, chiseling fence, you name it. The only thing I couldn't dig up on him was a kind word from anybody.
What about the murder weapon?
Well, he dragged the channel for it, no luck. The bullet was from a .38, and Keogh was alleged to have owned one. Also, when Keogh was apprehended leaving the scene of the crime, there was blood on his jacket. The same type as Frank Carter's.
Ben, I have a feeling the defense of Norm Keel is not going to make me popular with law enforcement. Would you like to dissociate yourself from this case?
No.
Why not?
Because Keogh could be innocent.
Well, a crooked cop who gets kicked off the force?
Yeah, for bribery. Taking a few bucks from a few bookmakers to look the other way, which has absolutely nothing to do with the murder of Frank Carter.
You believe the police would frame Norm Keel?
Clint, policemen wear badges, not halos. Look, if they ever did get that rough, wouldn't it be with one of their own gone wrong?
Then how do you account for Captain Wyatt's asking me to take the case?
It could be conscience. Could be camouflage.
I'd go along with the camouflage angle. It ties in with my feeling that the police aren't working very hard on this case. For openers, they've done nothing to come up with an eyewitness.
Clint.
Huh?
Have you been playing devil's advocate with me again?
The devil with the devil. Let's get to work for Keel.
I am on the stern, you understand. I'm loading up the bait tanks. And I look up, and we are just passing Pier 9 over there. Maybe about 15 feet out. That is how I see the fight.
You saw 2 men fighting on the dock?
No, not on dock, but for sure I see a fight. In that window up there. I see a big fella. He's looking through papers in the desk drawer. Then the other guy comes in, pulls gun on big guy. Big guy holds up his hands, and then bam! He jumps, and the lights, they go out.
Mr. Kovac, the big fella, can you pick him out of any one of these photos?
That is him.
You're positive?
Oh, absolute.
I don't know who this Kovacs is. And I don't know what his angle is. I know just one thing, the man is lying.
Keel, can't you see what the man's doing for you? He's saving your neck. He's giving you a perfect case of self-defense.
Yeah, you say it's perfect, but I say there's one thing wrong. It never happened.
Now, look, I can understand why you would panic, then drag the body down to the pier and fasten onto a story that you were framed. You were afraid. You were afraid that if you admitted killing Carter for any reason, you'd be convicting yourself. Oh, isn't that right?
It isn't wrong, is it?
Well, it's wrong now because now you have an eyewitness.
Yeah, well, eyewitnesses. There are a lot of fights along the waterfront. It could be that Kovacs made a mistake.
No, he pointed to the office window. It shows your picture out of a half a dozen that I showed him.
Carter was dead on the dock when I got there. I was never in the office.
Did you lose your brain along with your badge? I'll give you just 24 hours to get it back. Guard.
Did you tell him the truth?
Of course not.
Why should you get the death penalty for what you did when anyone...
Amy, be quiet. Honey, I knew the risks when I took this job. I accepted the risks. I said to you, Amy, this is something I have to do. And you said to me, Norm, I love you. That's all you said all through the night, over and over. Norm, I love you. I love you.
Well, I don't love you.
I don't blame you. We'll just leave it right there. You go away. Okay?
Okay. But I'll go straight to Judd.
Honey. Even if he knew the truth, it wouldn't help him. Because if the truth came out, how long do you think Eddie Bauer would let me live?
Then the other man came in and drew his gun, and I then saw a fight between the two men. No, I cannot sign. He's not right. What says here?
Well, actually, you tell me what you did see, and I'll correct the affidavit.
I see nothing.
No, it's not what you told us the other day.
I see nothing. I don't want no trouble.
Mr. Kovacs, you can have trouble by the haystack. I can subpoena you and put you on the witness stand.
When?
Three detectives were on the docks early this morning questioning fishermen until they got to Kovacs.
Any names?
Yeah, Romney, Sergeant Bayless, and the third name you can give me.
Captain Paul Wyatt.
Well, just what is your complaint, Counselor? Are you inferring we put pressure on Kovacs?
We're out to cover up evidence.
I'm stating that a man told one story to the defense originally, and then after a visit by the police, told another. Now, you infer what you want.
Now, listen, hold it, Al. Take it up with Captain Wyatt.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Now, when will he be in?
10 minutes, 10 hours. He's on a call.
Well, I'll wait.
Sure, why not? Eddie Bauer is paying plenty for your time.
He takes this kind of personally.